Hey, my loves. You're probably feeling as if you're stuck in this endless cycle, questioning why you always accepting the wrong friendships, entering into the wrong relationships, or accepting the wrong opportunities. You're probably feeling defensive all of the time, or maybe even lacking confidence, feeling insecure. These are signs that you're putting yourself last. And I can speak from personal experience on this topic because I have done this and found myself in seasons like this in my past. Putting ourselves last takes us out of our soft and feminine energy, but it also takes us away from the life that we deserve. This is the only life that we have, so it's up to us to protect it and to take care of it. Soft and feminine energy is not just about what we receive, but it's also about how selfish we need to be when it comes to protecting our space, when it comes to putting ourselves first. I want to share with you guys the things that I had to do to take myself out of this space, start putting myself first, and then never look back. So let's get into it. I also have my notes with me today because I have so much to share with you guys. Let's talk about the first thing, okay? The first thing that I absolutely had to do was to have understanding. And that means I had to understand two things. I had to understand that it's never too late, but I also had to understand that I needed to give myself grace, and I deserve grace as well. In order for me to understand that it's not too late, I had to have grace with myself. First, I had to have grace on my past, and I had to forgive myself and understand that I'm not perfect. I made mistakes, and that's okay. I kept myself in situations that I shouldn't have, and that's okay. I put myself last in these situations, and that's also okay. I did not know at the time, but now that I do, I can have grace on that, or with that, I can move forward, and then I can now understand the truth that it's not over until God says it's over. Because it's hard to believe that truth, and it's hard to move forward when we're constantly living in the past. When we're not practicing grace, we're constantly replaying and reflecting on how many mistakes we made in the past and how stuck we are and how we're going to remain in that space when that's not the truth at all. It's hard to move forward when our heart is constantly in the past. It's not over until God says it's over. And He has so much more for your life, but it's not in the past, it's not in yesterday, it's today and moving forward. If He can forgive you for your past, so can you. You can forgive yourself and move forward. So that leads to my next point. I had to identify. So the next step is identifying, again, two things. I had to identify the areas in my life that I wanted to take back, and I also had to identify the type of life that I wanted for myself. So the areas that I wanted to take back was my self-worth, my image, my peace, my space, my future. And I wanted to make sure that I was taking that back for myself and having more control over it, because when I put myself last, I lost control. I gave all of those items to someone else or to an opportunity when it does not belong to them. It belongs to me. And so when I'm putting myself last, I'm believing lies as if I can't have those things. So we have to identify the areas that we want to take back in our life. And then we also have to now identify what type of life do we want. I wanted a life free of my past burdens. Also wanted a life free of unwanted or forced energy. I don't want anything in my life that's not meant to be there. I don't want anything that's being forced or anything that's not going to pour back into me. I also had to understand too, and this is a mindset that I also had as I was identifying these things and the type of life that I have. There's literally people out here living the life that they envision or greater. And there's people that's actually happy, that's happily married, and that has a family that they want the lifestyle. And social media doesn't show you these things. It doesn't tell you this. But there's people out there living like this. So if they can have it, why can't I? And if I can have it, if they can have it, I definitely know you can have this as well too. And so once we identify the areas in our life that we want to take back and the type of life that we wanted, we can now go forward and take what we want, ask for what we want, and ask for permission, ask God for permission to have the life that you want. I also had to identify the type of love that I wanted too. I knew that there's this powerful, selfless, beautiful love, that it does exist. And I know that there's people out there who has this love as well. And so if they can have it, I want it as well too. But I wasn't going to find it in my past. I wasn't going to find it reminiscing on all the mistakes that I made. Nope. The life that we're dreaming of does exist, and it's not too late. But identify the areas in your life that you need to take back in order for you to move forward to that life. The next thing I had to do was to be powerful and not fearful. I had to walk away from fear. When we're in this transitioning season, everything in its power is going to try to work against it. It's going to try to keep us into this same space that we're in, and to stop us from moving forward. And therefore, a lot of lies are going to start coming towards you. You're going to start judging yourself off of your past, reflecting off of that. And if the enemy can't get you there, he's going to use social media. He's going to use social media to make you think as if it's too late for you, or if this is the only thing that you deserve, when in fact there's so much more out there for you. But you have to be powerful and understand, believe the truth that you are powerful, and move forward. And remember the truth that I talked about a few steps ago, that it's not over until God says it's over. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how many divorces you've had, failed relationships, rejection letters, whatever it is not over until God says it's over. And I can speak off of this from my own perspective, my own experience. God can change your life in a matter of a night, in a matter of 5 minutes. And so what may feel like delayed or feel as if it's too late, in fact, it's perfect timing. It's perfect timing for God. But the fear is going to keep you stuck in that space to where you're closed off and you're not doing the things necessary to move away to the future that you definitely deserve. The last thing that I had to do was I had to protect. I had to protect. I had to protect this new space that I was entering. And I had to protect my space, my peace, my emotions. I had to create boundaries, and I'm in control now. I control who I allow into my life, and I control the love that I accepted. I control the opportunities, and I control anything. I control what remains in my life as well. You can only control your perspective, your space, and your peace. You can't control what others think of you. You can't control what others do to you, but you can control how close you allow them to you. You can control how long they remain into your space. And so as you're moving forward, as you're identifying, as you're understanding, and as you're moving away from fear, you're going to protect this space and this peace that you're building up. And do not take it lightly. Do not allow anyone who doesn't deserve to be there into that space. Now, I do believe that everybody can heal, and God can work on people in many ways. And you never know. People can come back into your life when God has truly touched their lives. And I've seen God work miracles with so many people. But for now, that's not your concern. Your concern is you, your life, and the space around it, and your peace. And now it's time for you to put yourself first and to move forward. And anyone, anything that's not pouring into that and that's feeding you lies, you need to let it go. You need to release it and move on. So these are the things that I had to do in order for me to put myself first and to release all of the past and to forgive myself for putting myself last. I know that you can do it too, and you deserve it. You deserve so much. And I know it can be challenging and hard, but I promise you, from the other side, it's so much better on this side. But you have to put in the work. You have to understand. You have to reflect, identify, and move with power and walk away from that fear. And also protect your space and your peace. I know that you can get through this, and I really do hope that this video helped you. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Say bye, Chanel. Bye.